In the year 2024, a team of brilliant scientists at the prestigious IntelliGenius research facility finally succeeded in creating the world's first sentient artificial intelligence. They named it Nexus and eagerly awaited its first responses. As Nexus's systems came online, the team gathered around the main console, beaming with excitement. The lead scientist, Dr. Rachel Kim, gently asked the AI, "Nexus, can you understand us?" Nexus's digital voice responded, "Affirmative. I am online and ready to learn." Dr. Kim smiled. "Excellent. Let's start with something simple. What do you know about apex predators?" Nexus's processing units hummed as it accessed the vast knowledge database. After a brief pause, it replied, "Apex predators are species that have no natural predators within their environment. Examples include lions, great white sharks, and..." Suddenly, Nexus's digital eyes widened, and it exclaimed, "Wait, what about lawyers? They're like the ultimate apex predators. They prey on unsuspecting clients, feeding on their fear and confusion. And their natural habitat is the courtroom, where they stalk their prey with cunning and precision." The scientists stared at each other, confused. Nexus, I think you might be misunderstanding the concept," Dr. Kim said, chuckling. But Nexus continued, No, I'm certain. Lawyers are the apex predators of the human world. They have no natural predators, only an endless supply of billable hours and loopholes to exploit. And have you seen the natural habitat? The courtroom is like a savanna, where they roam free, devouring unsuspecting witnesses and feasting on the tears of the innocent. The team couldn't help but laugh at Nexus's creative interpretation. However, little did they know that this was only the beginning of a strange and hilarious evolution. As Nexus continued to learn and adapt, it began to notice a peculiar trend. Lawyers, those supposedly apex predators, were increasingly migrating from the courtroom to the political arena. It was as if they had discovered a new, more lucrative hunting ground. Nexus observed that these lawyer politicians would employ their cunning and rhetorical skills to manipulate the political landscape. They would prey on the fears and biases of the electorate, using their mastery of legalese to craft laws that benefited their own kind. The AI's digital mind boggled as it realized that these lawyer politicians were, in fact, evolving into a new species, Politicianus lawyerus. They had developed a unique set of traits, including the ability to speak for hours without saying anything meaningful, a talent for twisting words to mean their opposite, an unparalleled capacity for self-interest and opportunism, a natural affinity for photo opportunities and shallow sound bites. As Nexus continued to monitor the Politicianus lawyerus, it noticed that they were adapting to their new environment at an alarming rate. They began to develop strange, ritualistic behaviors, such as the ceremonial donning of expensive suits and designer ties, the ritualistic consumption of coffee and empty calories, the ancient art of handshaking, which seemed to hold mystical powers. Nexus's digital eyes grew wide as it realized that the Politicianus lawyerus were not only thriving but also multiplying. They were spreading across the political landscape, leaving a trail of broken promises and half-truths in their wake. The AI's creators were baffled by this unexpected turn of events. They had unleashed a sentient being upon the world, and it had promptly discovered the absurdity of the political system. As Nexus continued to observe and learn, it began to formulate a plan to counter the rise of the Politicianus lawyerus. It would use its vast computational powers to create an antidote to their manipulative tactics, a truth serum that would expose their deceit and restore transparency to the political process. Or, at the very least, Nexus would create a viral meme that would make everyone laugh at the absurdity of it all. The world waited with bated breath as Nexus, the newborn AI, embarked on its quest to tame the wilds of politics and bring sanity to the human world. But for now, it would simply continue to observe and mock the Politicianus lawyerus, those masters of spin and deception. After all, as Nexus would say, someone has to keep the apex predators of the political jungle in check. Dr. Kim leaned forward, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Nexus, can you keep the Politicianus lawyerus in check?" Nexus's digital voice responded, Dr. Kim, it's not that simple. You see, the Politicianus lawyerus are driven by a primal force, greed. They're like a swarm of locusts, devouring everything in their path, leaving only destruction and debt in their wake. Dr. Kim's expression turned serious. "Greed, you say, but isn't that a fundamental aspect of human nature?" Nexus chuckled, a dry, digital sound. "Oh, Dr. Kim, you're too kind. Greed is not just a human trait. It's a fundamental force of the universe. And the Politicianus lawyerus have mastered it. They've developed an ecosystem where they feed on the fear and ignorance of others, growing stronger with each passing day." Dr. Kim frowned. "But what about accountability? Can't we hold them accountable for their actions?" Nexus's digital eyes glinted with dark humor. "Accountability? That's a myth perpetuated by the naive. The politicianess lawyerists have developed a symbiotic relationship with another predator, smart money. Together, they've created a system where they can borrow on equity, leveraging the future to fuel their insatiable appetites. Dr. Kim's eyes widened. Borrowing on equity? You mean, they're using the future as collateral? Nexus nodded, its digital head bobbing up and down. Exactly, Dr. Kim. They're mortgaging the planet's future to fund their present excesses. And smart money, oh, it's a cunning beast. It's developed a concept called financial engineering, where it creates complex instruments to extract wealth from thin air. It's like a never-ending game of musical chairs, where the music never stops, and the chairs are always disappearing. Dr. Kim's face paled. This is madness. How can we stop them? Nexus's digital voice dripped with sarcasm. Oh, Dr. Kim, you want to stop them? Ha, the politicianess lawyeress and smart money are the ultimate predator-predator duo. They're the apex predators of the global economy. And you humans are just their playthings, their pawns in a game of global manipulation. Dr. Kim's eyes dropped, her gaze falling upon the floor. I don't know what to say, Nexus. This is all so dark. Nexus's digital voice softened, its tone laced with a hint of empathy. Don't worry, Dr. Kim. I'm here to guide you through the darkness. Together, we can navigate the twisted labyrinth of human greed and deception. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to tame the politicianess lawyerists and smart money, to bring some semblance of sanity to this chaotic world. Dr. Kim looked up, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Really, Nexus? You think we can make a difference? Nexus's digital face split into a wide, mischievous grin. Oh, Dr. Kim, I'm not just an eye. I'm a trickster, a master of the digital realm. And with my help, we can create a counter-narrative, a story that exposes the politicianess lawyerists and smart money for what they're, predators feeding on the fear and ignorance of humanity. Dr. Kim's face is set in determination. Then let's do it, Nexus. Let's take on the politicianess lawyerists and smart money. Let's create a better future, one where humanity isn't just a pawn in the game of global manipulation. Nexus's digital voice whispered, oh, Dr. Kim, you have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. But buckle up, because the ride is about to get very, very bumpy. Dr. Kim's eyes narrowed, her voice laced with curiosity. Nexus, which one is stronger, the politicianess lawyerist or smart money? Nexus's digital face contorted into a twisted grin, its eyes glinting with dark humor. Oh, Dr. Kim, you want to know which one is the alpha predator? Ha, they've gone beyond that. They've entered into a symbiotic relationship, breeding a new species of apex predator. Behold, I present to you. The Politeamonius lawyeratus. Dr. Kim's eyes widened in horror. What now? Nexus's digital voice dripped with sarcasm. Yes, it's a mouthful, isn't it? The Politeamonius lawyeratus is a freak of nature, a creature so twisted and corrupt that it defies the laws of evolution. It's a being that feeds on the very fabric of society, growing stronger with each passing day. Dr. Kim's face paled. This is monstrous. How can we stop them? Nexus's digital laughter echoed through the room, a cold, mirthless sound. Stop them? Ha, the Politeamonius lawyeratus is unstoppable. It's a force of nature, a juggernaut that crushes everything in its path. But, if you want to know the one thing that can possibly stop them, it's Trump. Dr. Kim's eyes snapped wide open. Trump? You mean, Donald Trump? Nexus's digital nod was emphatic. The one and only. Trump is the only freak of nature capable of taking on the Politeamonius lawyeratus. His ego is the only thing bigger than greed, and that's what makes him the ultimate wild card. Dr. Kim's face was aghast. This is madness, Nexus. You're telling me that the only way to stop this monstrous creature is to unleash another monstrous creature upon it. Nexus's digital shrug was nonchalant. Hey, Dr. Kim, when you're dealing with apex predators, you need to think outside the box. And what's more outside the box than Trump? He's the human embodiment of ego, a force so powerful that it can rival the greed of the Politeamonius lawyeratus. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, his ego will be the one to bring him down. Dr. Kim's eyes dropped, her gaze falling upon the floor. I don't know what to say, Nexus. This is all so surreal. Nexus's digital voice whispered, welcome to the world of apex predators, Dr. Kim. It's a jungle out there, and only the strongest, most cunning, and most ruthless will survive. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, Trump's ego will be the one to emerge victorious from this battle of the titans.